Trying to decide if you should set up an escrow account with your mortgage payment? Here's my advice. Let's talk about it. Hey everybody, it's Rosemary Lewis, your educator agent with eXp Realty, and today we are going to talk about whether or not you should set up an escrow account with your mortgage payment. But before we do, go ahead and subscribe. That way when I post all this goodness, you will be the first one to know and it will come right to your inbox. Also, follow me on Instagram. I would love to connect with you via social media. My Instagram handle is Rosemary the Realtor, and on Facebook you can find me at Rosemary Lewis. Okay, y'all, so I want to tell you a story, and that's going to kind of framework my advice for this. So I started purchasing property back in 2001, 2002. And if you purchased property back then you know that if you had a pulse, you could buy a property. The lending guidelines were definitely not as stringent as they are now, which kind of got a lot of us in trouble come the recession. But when I was purchasing property, I would always be asked by the loan officer, and again, I'm not knocking anyone I did business with, but they really didn't educate me on what I was doing, right? So the question would come up, do I want to set up an escrow account, which I really didn't know what that means. So want to make sure you understand. So an escrow account is an account that your mortgage company can have in place for you. And you would pay into that every month. So a part of your mortgage payment would go to the escrow account. Now, what it is funding in most cases is the property taxes and the homeowner's insurance. Those are two big ticket items that are going to be billed to a homeowner once a year. So instead of the homeowner paying that amount out of their pocket or their account, you add additional funds to your mortgage payment, and that way when those payments are due, when that homeowner's insurance and that property tax bill is due, it will come out of that escrow account. So sounds easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? However, when you show someone the two options, someone being me, I saw the big difference in payment if I was to escrow, and I said, oh, I'll just pay it out of my pocket. But let's be real, y'all. If I was not mature enough to see the value of that, and I'm not saying you're not mature, but for me, I wasn't mature enough to see the value of the escrow account, I surely was not saving that money. So guess what happened when those tax bills were due? Sis was looking like Boo Boo the Fool. Luckily, I never had like any huge action. I was always able to pay those bills. However, you can put yourself in a really big bind if you're not, because you can get foreclosed on due to property taxes, and if for some reason you aren't paying your homeowner's insurance, your mortgage company can force insurance on you, which would be 3 to 4 times the amount if you were to just be paying it for yourself. So because of all of those reasons, I strongly recommend to set up the escrow account. Now, what the escrow account will do, again, it will add additional money to your mortgage payment. Your mortgage payment is going to consist of principal and interest, because no one is lending us money for free. We do have to pay interest on that money. And then you can escrow an additional amount for your taxes and your insurance. Now, those things will vary. Those amounts are not set by the mortgage company. The taxes are set by your county. The insurance is set by the insurance provider that you choose. But having that account hopefully will save you some heartache or a heart attack when you receive that big tax bill. Now, one thing that I do want to say is that every so often your home is going up in value, which means that the assessed value of the taxes may go up. And if that happens, you may have to have some money put aside in your personal account to put with the escrow, because if the tax bill is higher this year than it was last year, then there may be some variance there. Your real estate agent and your mortgage broker will be able to go into great detail with you about it, but I do want to give my suggestions, especially for first-time home buyers. You're just getting into the groove of owning a home and all of the things that come with home ownership. Take one thing off of your plate. Go ahead and escrow those taxes, escrow your mortgage, escrow your homeowner's insurance, so that is not another huge expense that you have to expect every single year on your own. So I hope that this is helpful. If there are ever any other topics that you would love me to cover, go ahead and put it in the comment box. And if you would like to work with Rosemary, the realtor, my information is in the description. I would love to connect with you. Have a good one.